morning, children. We are now starting the fourth chapter, Animal Fibers. In this chapter, we will be studying the climate and the dresses which are appropriate for various climates. There are different types of climates. Summer, winter, and rainy season. So, what types of dresses are advisable? In summer season, we are advised to wear light colored loose cotton clothes. We are advised to wear light colored cotton clothes. These light colored cotton clothes, particularly light color, reflect the heat and protect the body from extreme cold. Not only that, the cotton will prevent the loss of heat from our body. So the body heat will be protected. And it will also absorb the cotton cloth, absorb the sweat and make our body less sweaty or perspired. So light cloth reflect the heat away and protect the body from extreme cold. Winter season we can wear woolen clothes or cotton clothes. Woolen clothes or cotton clothes. Particularly dark colored clothes are advisable. Dark colored clothes, because dark colored clothes absorb heat and make the body hot in winter season. So when outside is very cold, our body will be made hot by dark clothes. Dark clothes absorb the heat and make the body warm. And also cotton clothes are advised. Cotton. Now in rainy season, various materials that include the cotton dress and also the raincoats, umbrellas, gumboots, all are allowed. Okay, raincoats are used. Raincoats, umbrellas, and gumboots. Gumboots are advisable in rainy season. There are two types of fibers: natural and synthetic fibers. Natural fibers are obtained from the nature, such as plants and animals. Natural fibers. Natural fibers are obtained from the nature, like plants and animals. Plants and animals. Natural fibers are obtained from plants and animal fibers. For example, we can say cotton. Cotton is a common natural fiber. Flax, hemp, etc. Flax, hemp, cotton are natural fibers, whereas synthetic fibers are obtained or made from chemicals. That can be polyester, linen, we can also say polyester, linen, then resin. Any types of synthetic fibers are available. Okay, so there are two types of fibers: natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Natural fibers are obtained from plants and animals. So what are the details about these natural fibers? Natural fibers that can be obtained from different types of plants. Wool is a natural fiber that we get from animals. Can be sheep, camel, yak, etc. Various types of animals from which we can get wool. Then silk is also animal fiber that is obtained from silkworm. The wool and silk are animal fibers. There are other different types of animals which we get. Alpaca, llama are also animals. Alpaca, llama are animals which provide us various types of wool or animal fibers. For example, mohair we get from a rabbit. Mohair is a type of fiber which we get from a rabbit. Cashmere, Cashmere, Cashmere is we get from Cashmere goat. So there are different types of animals which provide us animal fibers, which are used for making various types of clothes and dress. Now, what are the steps in which we can make wool from various animal fibers? There are many steps. Steps of making wool from fibers. First step is rearing. Shearing is the second step. Storing is third step. Then we can say sorting. Then dyeing, D-Y-E-I-N-G, dyeing. Then making yarn. Making yarn is another step. So these are the various steps of making wool from fibers of animals. First one, rearing. Rearing means growing and nurturing the animal. Goat or rabbit or camel, whatever the animal which we domesticate. We domesticate them, we give them food and water, shelter and all facilities for growing. That is called rearing. Now shearing is the process of developing thick coat. We shave that. Shearing is the shaving of the thick coat. Shaving or removing of thick coat of the fur or thick coat of the fur or hair from the animal. That is done by shearing process. We use various types of razor, blades or shearing device is available. After shearing, we will clean it to remove the dirt. Then wax and grease, whatever it is in the hair, we will wash it in the soap water. So cleaning and separating the fibers by washing off the dust, then grease, wax, etc. That is called as sorting. Sorting means separating different quality of fibers. Different types of fibers can be separated on the basis of their texture, quality and durability. That is called sorting. Dyeing means the separated fibers can be given different colors. It can be chemical dye or natural dyes. Anyway, we give the coloring to the fibers. That is called dyeing. And after dyeing, the fibers are spun into yarn. That is long thread of fibers. So making yarn is the next step, that is connecting different fibers into yarn. So rearing, shearing, storing, sorting, dyeing and making yarn are different methods or steps of making wool from fibers. Now, what is the life cycle of silkworm? Egg, larva or silkworm. What are the different stages of life cycle? Life cycle of silkworm. egg is the first step, second is larva or silkworm, then third is cocoon or pupa. Cocoon or pupa, and then last one is adult. So egg is laid by the female silkworm that is given particular temperature, that is called incubation. Okay, the egg is laid by the female silkworm. Then silkworm, when the egg hatches out into larva, egg hatches out into larva, that is the caterpillar, worm-like. Now the caterpillar feed on different types of leaves like mulberry leaves, and they spin the cocoon and stay inside the cocoon. The cocoon is a type of protein thread that is secreted by the silkworm. Silkworm now producing the protein thread, when it comes in contact with the air, it hardens and become almost hard cocoon. Okay, inside the cocoon, pupa survive. After a certain period, that is around 1 or 2 weeks, the pupa grows into adult. So, egg, larva or silkworm, cocoon or pupa, and adult are the 4 stages of the life cycle of silkworm. Okay. Now, what are the steps in the process of making silk from the cocoon? How to make a silk from cocoon? Silk is very lustrous, very soft, very fine, and very qualitative fiber that really protect us from the cold used in winter season. So the first step of making the silk from silkworm is collecting the cocoon. Cocoon will be collected first. This cocoon will be boiled. The cocoon, inside the cocoon, what is the caterpillar is there. So what we have to kill them, or by boiling, or by heating, or by oven. By using oven, we can kill the caterpillar or pupa inside the cocoon. We can kill the caterpillar by boiling in water or by incubation. By using an oven. So in this way we can kill the caterpillar inside the cocoon. Now after killing the cocoon, we will take the cocoon out and we can reel the cocoon. Reeling, that is the second step. Reeling. Reeling means separating the threads of cocoon. That is called the reeling. Now the last part, spinning of the reeled silk fibers. So after reeling, what we get? Raw silk we will get. Raw silk. After reeling, we will get raw silk. The raw silk will be purified by washing or by purifying process. After that, the raw silk will be spinned to make various cloths. So cocoon will be boiled in the boiled water, or by using oven we can kill the pupa or caterpillar inside the cocoon, and then we will remove the dead caterpillar. The cocoon will be reeled off, remove the thread of the cocoon fibers. Now raw silk we get, we will purify that, then spinning the raw silk into various cloths. Now we are coming to what are the diseases affecting the people working in the sericulture industry. What is sericulture? The rearing and making silk from silkworm. Rearing and making of silk from silkworm is called sericulture. Now in sericulture industry there are 3 main diseases. they are, we can say, Sorter's disease. Sorter's disease. Example, anthrax is a type of Sorter's disease. Anthrax bacteria that cause anthracis, bacterial disease, anthracis. It's called the Sorter's disease. Sorters means separators who are working in the agriculture industry. They develop anthracis due to bacteria anthrax. Second, respiratory disorders or respiratory diseases. Respiratory diseases such as asthma, respiratory bronchitis. Bronchitis is also another problem. Difficulty of breathing, that is another problem. Now the last one is scabies or skin disease. Scabies or skin disease. You know, after drinking water, hot water or some chemical water constantly with our hand, we develop some type of infection on the skin. So such infection is scabies, skin diseases. So what are the diseases mainly to people affecting in the agriculture industry? Sorter's disease caused by anthrax bacterium. Second, respiratory disease, asthma, difficulty in breathing, scabies or skin disease are the common three diseases affecting the people in the agriculture industry. That's all. Thank you.